Welcome back to the Sunny Stampin' Studio. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this card. Why don't we get started? First thing you're going to need is a piece of chocolate chip cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 11 inches. You're going to fold it in half with your bone folder to create a card base that's 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. You're then going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches high. I put this inside my Stampin' Up! Perfect Polka Dots impressions folder, and then I used my Big Shot to get this dry embossed effect. Once you've done that, you're going to take your snail adhesive and you're going to use that to center and stick this piece on your card front. Now I'm just aligning my card with the lines in my grid paper to help me visually center this, like so. Now I took a piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock that was 4 1/4 inches wide by 1 3/8 inches high, and as you can see, I scalloped it with my scallop trim punch. I then took a piece of designer paper, this is from the Sending Love designer paper collection, and I cut a strip that was 4 1/4 inches wide by 1 inch high. So I want to go ahead and use my snail adhesive to center and stick that to my scalloped border. Now once again, I'm going to take my scallop border and I'm going to place it on my grid paper and then use my lines there to help me position my designer paper, like so. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and put some snail adhesive on the back of that, and then you can stick that to your card base, and you want to leave about 1/2 inch at the bottom. Maybe I'll move it up just a little bit, like so. I now need some chocolate chip grosgrain ribbon, and I want a piece that is just a little bit smaller than 3 3/4 inches. Actually, I think, hold on, I'm going to cut it and then I'll tell you exactly how big it is. This piece is 3 7/8 of an inch. So I'm now going to take my scissors and I want to cut this on an angle like so. I'm now going to take my snail adhesive and I'm very carefully going to put snail on one end and then on the other end, like so. I'm now going to align this piece with my card, and you can use your polka dots to help you, the polka dots that you embossed in the Whisper White, to help you get this ribbon piece straight. And then if the ribbon end frays at all, you just take your scissors and trim that off like so. So you've now got that piece. So you can go ahead and set that aside for a moment. And you want to grab a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use chocolate chip ink and this stamp from the Great Friends stamp set. So I want to ink up my stamp in the chocolate chip and then just press it directly onto my cardstock. Now I've already gone ahead and set up my imaging sheet for my Stamp-A-Majig with the For You greeting that also comes from this stamp set. And I'm going to ink up my stamp in the chocolate chip and then stamp it in the center of that. So once you've done that, you can take paper snips and you can go ahead and cut that out. Once you have it cut out, you're going to take a foam mat, and this is from the Mat Pack, and a paper piercing tool, and you want to pierce a hole at the top and bottom. I'm now going to take 2 small clear rhinestone brads, and I'm going to insert them in the holes, and then I'm going to flip this piece over and open up the prongs on the back. Okay, just like that. So you can set that aside for a moment. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to cut off a or cut a die, and this is using the Stampin' Up! Matchbox die. And I just had to run and grab dimensionals as I forgot to prep those. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this piece. Just like so. And then peel the backing off. And then you can go ahead and center and stick that on the piece that you die cut with your Matchbox die. Now, if you don't have that particular die, you could also just temporarily stick this onto chocolate chip cardstock and just freehand cut around it, and then take it off and then mount it with the dimensionals. So now that I've done that, I can go ahead and use some snail adhesive to stick this to my card. Just like that. So the next thing I want to add is my stitched felt. This is from the Sweet Pea Stitched Felt collection. This is new in the Occasions mini catalog, and I absolutely love it. It adds such a beautiful touch to your projects. So to attach this, I'm going to use my mini glue dots. So I'm just going to press my stitched felt flower onto my mini glue dot. And then I want to position it on my card and stick it down. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the leaf piece. And I'm just going to tuck the end of that underneath the flower like so. Now the last thing I want to do is I want to add my butterfly. And to do that, I'm going to use the Stampin' Up's new Embosslets die. It's called the Beautiful Wings die. And you just take a scrap piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock, sit it inside the embosslet, and then you run it through your Big Shot. Now I already went ahead and did this, and you can see this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to take this butterfly that has the polka dots, but instead of having the polka dots facing outwards, I'm going to put them inwards, so you're actually looking at the debossed area of the butterfly. So I'm now going to grab a mini glue dot. So I'm going to stick my butterfly to the mini glue dot and fold the wings, and then I'm just going to stick that directly onto the greeting label, like so. And that's all there is to it. Your card's done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to stamping with you again.